The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
What my notifications? Why my notifications went off at the same time as that? As Batman said, "I'm vengeance." Welcome, guys. AWO Air Order. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to AW Detracts. Usually I don't detract on a Thursday night, but this time I will be detracting on a Thursday night. So I hope to see audience come in for this for tonight. Please, I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm here to talk about Jesterbelle again. Again, Jesterbelle. Okay, I'm here to talk about Jesterbelle again. Yeah, I know. Not talking for well, I'm not really talking Fantastic Four per se. I've seen Fantastic Four. Okay, I've seen a Fantastic Four. So, I mean, my non-spoiler review is up. So go watch that if you can, if you feel like watching it. My non-spoiler review is up. Okay. In my spoiler review, non-spoiler review, you could. It's obvious I like the movie because that's the. I call it simply fantastic, so obviously I like the movie, and I suggest you go check it out because I think you'll like it too. At least most of you, I think you'll like it. Okay. Good. It's a good film. Good Marvel film. Okay. Good Marvel film. So here to go after Jesterbelle. All right. Jesterbelle. And this is about the reboot of the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's the idea of this stream, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And all right. Also, I gotta send an invite to Blinded. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Get back to used to this. Sorry, Blinded. See you in the chat. All right. All right. What's up, Sideways? So come join me. So yeah, previously, as you know, Sunday. If you haven't watched my stream Sunday, I've done a stream on the MCU. All the stuff breaking from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from Kevin Feige's mouth in interviews. Remember, I did a live stream on that. Okay, everything from that. Okay, and what caught people's attention with all that coming out is Kevin Feige basically kind of confirming like a reboot in a way. Maybe a soft reboot, maybe it's a reset, but doesn't necessarily hard. What a fantastic day! Not a hard reboot. Who knows? Who knows what it could be? It could be a hard reboot, it could be a soft reboot, or it could just be a reset. I think I know what kind of direction it is. It's going in Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're not going to replace every actor. I mean, look, okay, they're not going to replace every actor. That's not happening. Every actor, actress, especially the newer ones. The newer ones are just this past few years. They're not going to replace them, okay? That's not happening. They're not going to replace, in a rebooted saga, a rebooted MCU, they're not going to replace Reed Richards, right? Right? So they're not going to replace them, okay? They're not going to replace Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal with another actor, okay? I think he's safe. Right? I think we all could be agree on that. Same with the rest of the Fantastic Four. All right, they're safe. They're safe post whatever reboot this is. I think they're safe there. Yeah, Pedro Pascal is kind of old. He is this. I don't know. He might be 50 something now. That's true. Pedro Pascal is 50 years old, so he is. Yeah, so he may. Who knows how long he has, but he's just starting out. Okay, and definitely the relationship, the Sue Storm, and they're older. They're older in the MCU. They're a couple. They're a married couple with a family, so they're not young or anything like that. Like the past movies, anything like that. They're older. Okay, more established too. Okay, you'll see it in the movie once you see it how established they are as Fantastic Four. Like Superman is going to year three. Superman's going to year three of their as James Gunn. Like Superman's established going to year three. The Fantastic Four are established too. So they're both established superheroes, teams, and solo. Okay. Now where's Red? Because I thought I figured you like this stream. I figured Red would love this stream. Because I know he usually does love streams like this. I know he usually does. He usually does love streams, these kind of streams. And you know why Red loves these kind of streams. All right? So, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below, okay? All right, so, yeah. Jesterbelle. And you know she's the biggest. Get rid of this banner. And we know how she feels with the MCU. It's only 15 minutes. Okay, not bad. We know how she feels about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? We know how she feels about this. We know she's shitting on everything Marvel does. We know how she feels about Fantastic Four. Yes, yes, it's great pleasure. Yeah, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Um, I know despite the stuff recently with him, still rest in peace. Okay, Ozzy Osbourne too. All right. Okay, brothers, brother. But we know Jesterbelle. We know what she's. You know what she's like, and she's probably like happy to. She's been kind of. Well, I haven't watched this video, but I could think she's happy to hear this. She might be happy to hear this. That's the assumption I would get, right? The way she talks about the MCU, her, fuck the Hulk Hogan. Her, we know from her past videos on the MCU, she's always about, yeah, the MCU needs to reset, reboot, redo this. You know, she's always been on that train, right? Always on that train and never getting off. So I think she's probably glee about this. You know, I'm very, really happy. Stupid how I can't put in one message. Okay. Let me, yeah. Oh, yeah. She'll probably say I told you so. Yeah, so let's do that. She'll do that. She definitely plays that card. I told you so. That card all the time. That's like a catchphrase. You know what? I kind of want to steal that. I told you so. You think I should steal that? I kind of want to steal that. Just have it a clip and make it like one of these clips, you know? It's like, have one of these clips. Like, I'll show you. Like,
welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
have it, maybe I should make that a clip. I told you so. And every time I feel when I'm right about something, I'll use that. I told you so. And when I'm right about something, I'll say I'm right about it. I'll points to back it up, proof to back it up, evidence to back it up. If I told you a movie is not going to make as much money, it's not going to. If I told you, let's say, Tron is not going to make 500 million at the box office, and if it doesn't, I'll put the I told you so clip in. How about that? How about that? How about that? I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that, guys. I told you so, okay? Thank you. You know, Star Wars, I want to thank you for reminding me that because she does do that. And she does play up the Frodo Baggins card too. She does. She does play up that card, the Frodo Baggins card. She wins with that. All right. She does win with that. Also, if you can see Fantastic Four. It's good. It's good. It's good. Right? Right? Or go see Fantastic Four. It's good. Okay? She looks like she's buying her shirt collar. Is that the pic? Is that what I took the pic from? Is that what the pic was from? When I took the thumbnail? Is that what I did there? I'm sorry. But let's go with this. Let's see what she has to say. How do you like this? Do you like me on the do you like it when I'm on the okay. No. Those are eyes of autism. Do you like it? Do you like me on the left side? No, or on the bottom. On the bottom. Those are eyes of autism. Those are eyes of Frodo Baggins. Okay. All right. This is not her review of Fantastic Four. I don't know if she's done a review. She'll do a review, but I don't know if she's done one yet. But she'll do a review. That's obvious. And her review will probably be 35 minutes long. All right. So if I did a stream on her review of Fantastic Four, I have to do it earlier than usual. Jesterbelle's Nightmare is going to be next year. Let me check Sunday to see if I can fit Sunday. She might have a review by Sunday. So let me see where I could fit Sunday, if I could do Sunday. Sunday works perfectly. Sunday works perfectly, man. For her Fantastic Four spoiler review. Sunday fits perfectly for me, man. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh. The thing with you, Degrassi, it's not her autism that is bothering me, right? I mean, people have autism, right? You can't control that. You can't, right? Autism is something that people deal with, right? It's not the autism, right? It's the narcissism. Like you told me, the narcissism. It's the narcissism that comes from her, right? The narcissism. That's what it is. The narcissism. Like obviously, autism. No problem with people with autism, right? They're it's how they're born. And some are functional, some aren't. That's not the problem with her. The problem is The narcissism. I told you so. I'm right. This is my proof, when she gets clearly proven wrong. Okay? Because I know you would, Red, because I know there's autistic people that think like me when it comes, right? Think like me when it comes to taste, right? Yeah, those are the two best films this year, best MCU films, that's for sure. That's no question, that's no debate. If anybody says Captain America is better than Fantastic Four, they're delusional. Okay, that's not out of the question. I'll make her buy a shirt color and give her back shots. Fuck, man. This is why my channel doesn't grow. Because of things like that. Yeah, they hide behind their autism. Exactly. All right, it hides by their autism. Right, it's not who they are. It's what they say and how they say it, and they hide behind their autism. It's no excuse. Yeah, exactly. No excuse. Okay. Okay. It's no excuse. Exactly. Okay. It's like it's the victimization, right? It's the victimization. They try to play victim. Like, no. It's a problem with this world society today. Everybody wants to be the victim, right? And nobody wants to take responsibility. And when everybody wants to play the victim card, shit goes to bed. Okay? All right.
Guys, huge news. I was literally working on a completely different video that's going to have to go out tomorrow now because we finally got...
Oh, I know her channel has been growing, man. Her channel has been growing. It's almost at 60K. Yeah, but the thing is, Red, the problem is, a lot of them are, there's no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect them. A lot of them are for Superman. I know a lot of them are Superman fans. And sometimes Grace Randolph, people that disagree with me against Grace Randolph. It's kind of like Tony, where Tony if he doesn't talk about Whipperverse, or maybe like people like Sturgis, he doesn't get as many people. I'm not asking to get like 30 to 40 people. I'm asking, I just wanted to grow. That's all. Yeah, you want to make thumbnails for me? That's true. Okay. Even though my videos do okay. They help a bit.
Confirmation for what I've been wanting to hear for months now. And
I told you she was happy. What did I say? I told you so. I told you so she was happy. Okay? I told you so. See you stealing that line from her.
Will happen, and that I was literally just saying this morning would probably be confirmed after Superman. And I know I'm eating crow on this, but Superman is doing a lot better than expected. The problem with the film Superman is that it's tanking internationally, but
it's doing better than the films expected. Their problem is tanking internationally. Where's Superman at, guys? I can't make thumbnails either. Where's well right now Superman's at 432,000. 432,000. Binge Twitch video. Okay. As that, yeah, so is that okay. but I don't think that's updated. How often does Box Office Mojo get updated? I don't know how often Box Office Mojo gets updated. I don't. So, all right. I don't know how often it does. I just know it's at 432,000. It says on pace for 640, not 432,000, 432 million, 640 to 700 million. And let you know, when I went to see Fantastic Four today in the afternoon, there were still people who go see Superman. I still saw people go see Superman. Still people go see Superman. So Superman, yes, Fantastic Four is going to dominate this weekend's box office. There's no doubt about it. No question about it. That's not even, you can't even debate that fact. It is. It is. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they're a freaking idiot. They're stupid. Stupid. If they tell you, this is where opinion gets stupid. If somebody comes up to you and says, yeah, I think Superman in the third week is going to do better than Fantastic Four in its first week. If they say that as their opinion, then that's not a valid opinion. That's a stupid opinion. There's opinions where you can see the legitimacy of a possible opinion, and there's opinions that are fucking stupid and not based in reality. Like Degrassi says, not all opinions are valid. Right? I remember you saying that, Degrassi. I remember. The AWO remembers all. I'm having fun, guys. I'm having fun. Right?
In terms of domestic box office, it is having pretty good holds. It had a good drop.
Let me check where Superman box office is now, not for box office Mojo. Let's see if there's an update from some other trade. Let's see. Not Super Max. What the hell? Did I fucking spell that wrong? All right, Superman says will make $6 trillion by the end of the month. Well, it's fantastic. Of course. All right, let's see. Okay, nothing really. There is reports that supposedly, and this might be true, anti-American sentiments towards America might be hurting Superman internationally. If that's the case, how did Captain America do internationally? I mean, Superman still made more money than Captain America, right? All right. Let's see. Okay, that made $415 million. So Superman made more than that, and he has America in the title. America in the title, man. Like, okay. Whatever. All right. They're the same movie as far as I'm concerned. I think the critical and commercial reception will bear the same finding. Yeah. Like, people are still seeing Superman here domestically. Okay? People are still seeing Superman here domestically, at least, and I'm sure they're gonna, and I'm sure international will go up. Okay, like let's think about it. Let's think about it. Some of these countries, China. Why would China look up to a very American centered focus on what America should be about a character like Superman? Why? Right? They could make the same amount of money to the dollar and no one would say a word. Yeah, exactly. Okay? Okay? Now, I don't know about. Look, I still think Fantastic Four is going to make more money than Superman. I still think it's. I think it's evident that Fantastic Four is going to make more money than Superman. I positive. Now, I don't think the mid-credit scene is going to convince people to see the movie. Because the mid-credit scene is only about, I don't know, not even a minute. It's like 30 seconds, maybe half a minute long. Mid-credit scene. But it's a big 30 seconds credit. It's a very important, essential mid-credit scene. But I don't think it's going to convince people to see the Fantastic. It's going to be the reason why people see the Fantastic Four. It's going to be the draw. Fantastic Four is just that we finally got a movie where it seems it's in good hands. Marvel Studios, leading to the biggest movie in 7 years. I think Doom is 7.5 years. Biggest Marvel movie in 7.5 years. Okay, and Marvel movies, and Avenger movies do good internationally all the time. Okay. Fantastic Four is going to do well internationally. It's going to do well internationally. And starting tomorrow, we might get like the first Thursday box office numbers, right? Is it all right? Well, today is Thursday, so tomorrow, Friday, we'll get what the results of today's box office for Thursday, and then for Saturday we'll get the Friday's results. Sunday we'll get. Sunday they usually release first weekend box office, even though still Sunday's going on, right? And when they release whatever the trade said and released on Sunday, the Fantastic Four made this much on the first weekend. That's not official. That's official at the time the article is written, maybe, but that's not a concrete official because people will still see the movie on that Sunday. Sunday's not over, folks. Usually when you see the movies on Sundays, every time, it is Superman. Every time Sunday comes on, the opening weekend box office results come in. Yeah, but you release the newsworthy item really early in the day. You can't. I would say don't take that as a grain of salt, but don't take it as legit, okay? Because the day is still going on, especially in North America, okay, in South America, right? The most logical, most concrete evidence would be Monday. Well, they should wait till Monday and tell you what the opening weekend box office is, right? People still buy tickets on Sunday, whether they go to the theater or online, right? It's like I said, sometimes people wait till a few days before or a week before a movie gets released to buy tickets. I'm not one of those people. I usually get ahead of times, but it happens.
Second weekend drop, and they're predicting that $700 million is possible for the film, probably more realistic in the $600 million range, similar to Man of Steel. Box office wise, there is something to build off of there. Now, I still stand by my opinion.
You see, like the Fantastics were, you see, Superman just was a huge success reception wise. And I think Superman is going to do well on Max. When Superman comes out on Max, I think he's going to do super well. No pun intended. Well, Actually, that's no. Actually, I take that back. That was intentional to say Super-Rel. I think Superman, when it gets a max, it'll do great. It'll do great. I want to see Warner Brothers when Superman comes out max. I want to see Warner Brothers come out with something and say how well Superman did on Max when it comes out on Max, and they wait a while because it'll do bonkers on Max. It would do bonkers on Max. I guarantee it will do bonkers on Max Superman. Okay, it'll probably do better than Justice League. Superman has a month of PVOD and before HBO Max. Oh yeah, maybe that. Here's the, and you gotta pay for this, right? PVOD, you gotta pay for this. So that's a good indication too. How many people are willing to pay PVOD to see Superman at home, right? Because I think it will do well. There's sometimes some movies do well on streaming and not well in theaters. It just happens that way. Yeah, the PVOD window is a huge seller, and Superman is just gonna be one of the biggest PVOD sellers when it comes out this year. For this year. That's I could be wrong, obviously, but I don't think I am gonna be wrong. And when I'm right, I'm gonna say I told you so. Okay? I told you so. Okay?
I do not think that the Superman film is a well-made movie, but it appears that people are at least going for the entertainment, and it's creating narratives from all the studios that superhero movies, in fact, are not dead. They might be lower than they used to be, but there is still some money to be made there with Superman. And lo and behold, today, the same day I'm recording this video, Kevin Feige.
Pause frames. Superhero movies. Not stop. Can we stop saying that superhero movies are dead? They're not dead. Superman POVD on 8/26, HBO Max on 9/26, so September. So POVD on August of the 26th, HBO Max on September 26th, and then we'll go to a 4K Blu-ray DVD on the 30th of September. Date subject to change. Okay.
It came out. I said to myself, that's gonna make Marvel confident, because now they're seeing that DC after.
Okay, I know some people accuse her reading from a script, something like that. She doesn't read from a script. Okay, she doesn't read from a script. Like me, I don't read from a script. Watching this video. She does not read from a script. It's all up here in her head. You could tell.
Years of brand damage can successfully reboot and get at least higher box office than they have been getting, because Superman is going to be the highest grossing movie for.
Like that one scene in Jessica Jones with Luke Cage. And also stop saying the MCU is dead and MCU is bad. But be honest, the MCU is in the middle where some good and bad. Yeah, I hate that too. I mean, the MCU never went anywhere. It's not dead. It's still here.
DC since the Batman in 2022. So that is telling them that this is the first time it's been done, you can take an entire interconnected universe and reboot it to success, so to speak. You can at least do it.
The Batman is not a rebooted universe. It's a separate universe, especially for Batman. Just Batman. It's not a different universe. Okay? There's a difference there. Okay? It's not a rebuild universe, the Batman. Okay? Not a rebooted universe. Let you all know that.
So that there's more of a spark there, So that I said that's going to make Marvel confident that they can reboot after Secret Wars, and that is exactly what happened. All of this stuff that people
No. Okay, wait.
People have been predicting that the MCU is going to reboot their timeline.
Yeah, just like the comics. Just like the comics, guys. Guess what? People have to get through this fucking head when it comes to comic book movies and comic book shows. I said this last time. Okay? Okay? The characters live on, okay? The characters live on. Marvel Studios, Marvel owns the characters. But the actors who portray those characters on the big screen or the live action shows, they move on, okay? They move on. So that would mean other actors will be playing characters like Captain America, a new Iron Man, or maybe a new Thor. We have to get through our thick skulls that these are real humans that play these characters on screen. They play fictional characters on screen. Fictional characters can be replaced with different actors and actresses as time goes on because Marvel owns the characters. But regular actors and actresses are replaceable. They're replaceable, okay? But the fictional characters are replaceable with any actor or actress, right? Right? Any actor or actress is not replaceable because they'll move on, right? Okay, you can have a different Wolverine. You can have a different Captain America. You can have a different Iron Man, right? The actors and actresses portraying those characters in the past or in the earlier incarnations, they'll move on. So they'll have other actors, okay? Other actors and actresses. You'll have a different Black Widow, maybe. I mean, Scarlett Johansson's character. You'll have a different Natasha. A different actress playing Natasha. It's just bound to happen. Destined to happen. Okay. Okay, I'm not. It's just bound to happen, guys. Okay, you're gonna have different actors, actresses playing characters that we saw on the live action screen. I mean, hell, how many Batmans have you had? How many Supermans have you had? Okay, how many Reed Richards have you had?
They're going to recast characters like Tony Stark and Chris Evans. All of that
like Tony Stark and Chris Evans. You're going to recast Chris Evans? You're going to recast Chris Evans, guys? I didn't know Chris Evans was a character owned by Marvel Studios. I didn't know that. Guys, did you know that? You're going to recast Chris Evans. Okay. You're going to recast Chris Evans, everybody. Okay. I think they're gonna find actor in the early 30s, but to play Captain America and Iron Man. Sure. For somebody who could play him for some time.
Been confirmed by
Chris Evans was late 20s, early 30s when he got the role of Steve Rogers, Captain America, I believe. Who? Okay, something I was just reading on. I did not know what I was reading. Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Kevin Feige in this recent interview where he sounded like he was doing some damage control for Marvel and on the defensive a bit after James Gunn has kind of made some disparaging remarks on the interviews for Superman. So basically,
Those two have nothing to do with each other. He's trying to do saying damage control. You know, Kevin Feige is trying to do damage control for Marvel Studios based on. And then you say James Gunn disparaging remarks. What? That doesn't have anything to do with each other. I don't know how you came to that conclusion because that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. That's stupid. It's really stupid. Where did you come to that? What are those disparaging remarks? What are those disparaging remarks? To back up your point. Okay? Okay? What are those remarks? Back up your proof, please. When you say certain directors say disparaging remarks in a video, a Reboot Ventures film, I don't know, maybe. But when you say somebody says disparaging remarks, back it up with proof, please. Back up with evidence, please. Back up, because if you don't back it up or don't prove it, then people cannot take you seriously. Okay? It should be dismissed. Red, she's looking at you. Yeah, Red, she's looking at you, brother. Right? Like, show me those disparaging remarks. Okay? Please, show us some proof. Okay? Show us some proof. I mean, look. Everybody most YouTubers want to take the word for things, right? But we can't because YouTubers lie a lot. Lie a lot. Okay? I'm sure they are. They lie a lot. But back up your points. Give me quotes from James Gunn where you think he's saying disparaging stuff. Please. Okay?
a lot of the first article was the same thing that Kevin Feige has been saying over and over again, that they blame.
Okay. So I pull up some of the same articles, right? And I can tell from this video, she doesn't pull up anything from the article. She doesn't pull up like a whole article or anything. She just talks about things. She'll pull up things once in a while, like this, for example. You see X-Men updates, but she won't pull up quotes or anything like that. Okay, quotes are like usually right or anything like that. I do. When you don't want to stream or make videos, I pull up stuff, right? I pull up stuff to show you guys, right? Like, this is the thing. When you're going to make it, advice, guys, if you're ever going to be a YouTuber, and you want to be taken seriously, I mean, obviously I'm not the biggest YouTuber. That's obvious. But if you want to prove your point, if you want to, right, pull up things that you're trying to prove. You're trying to get your point across, trying to get your viewers to agree with, or whatever. Prove your points. Don't just talk. Just don't talk. Because in the YouTube world, you can't have to understand. Don't take people's word don't take people's word, all right? What to say as gospel, their word, okay? Don't. Okay? Don't. Advice. Don't. Yeah, like my friend Tony. Tony. I mean, I know some of you don't like him here. That's fine. That's cool. Some of you do. Some of you don't. But he tries to. She tries to prove it with evidence and point. Right, with evidence. Do that. You gotta do that. You have to freaking do that. You have to prove your points with evidence, even in a video. Just talking about it doesn't help.
All of the stuff failing from the MCU on basically there being too much content, Disney Plus. He defended Thunderbolts and says that in his opinion, he still thinks that it's a very good film. I personally disagree. I thought that it was more mediocre Marvel slop.
I think you're an idiot because you didn't clearly watch the film. You clearly disagree. The majority, the concise. Okay, you know how these people say film was subjective, right? Film was subjective, but Thunderbolts was not decisive. It was an acclaimed hit. Majority of people love Thunderbolts. Okay, it was not slop. I don't know what you're watching. I watched your review with Tony. I mean, I didn't watch the review of Tony. I watched it on Tony's stream. You had nothing valuable to offer. You didn't clearly get the film. I don't think you clearly understand the film. Okay. That's obvious. Okay. You personally disagree. Well, your the head of the studio doesn't think so. He thinks it was a good film, and it was a good film. You just have poor taste. The thing is, you have a hate agenda against the MCU. So whatever you think is going to be bad, you already go into this movie thinking it's going to be bad. Okay, the movies are going to be bad. So, okay, you don't have an open mind. You have a very narrow mind. So, any good movie from Marvel, you're going to fucking hate Fantastic Four. I know it.
But he blamed the failure of that film at the box office on the fact that it was so tied to Disney Plus and Disney Plus characters. So a lot of it was very, very carefully curated interview, careful to say the right things.
Like all interviews? Bro, I don't think you know how this works.
For the press about where Marvel is at. Some of it was the exact same things that we've been hearing, but then he went and dropped the confirmation that yes, they are headed towards a reset. The MCU will reset after Secret Wars. Now, he said specifically that he doesn't like to use the word reboot for this. I thought that was odd. He said we're going to reset to a singular timeline, and I'm like, isn't that just a reboot? I don't know why he's so squeamish on
No. Okay. I don't think you understand what this means. This is based on what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong. We're a long way off from Doomsday and Secret Wars. But what I think the plan is, after Secret Wars, the idea is to create one universe, one timeline, one universe, where the X-Men are going to be part of, the Avengers are going to be part of, the Fantastic Four are going to be part of. You get my idea there? Like the comics, exactly. Like the comics. Okay? That's what I think is going to happen. Okay? I mean, DC has done this live action wise. I mean, the CW has done that with the Infinite Earth, with the Monitor, the anti-Monitor at the second last season of Arrow and stuff. They did it in DC. DC has done it. Okay? It's just, what I think it just means is, okay, my bitch just getting rebooted. Okay, whatever you say. But that's what I think what it means. I think what it means There's gonna be one universe, and it's gonna have the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Avengers. They're gonna Spider-Man. You know what? It's gonna be like that. It's the idea. It's their way. Oh, that's a good thumbnail, by the way. That's a good pick. Red. How do you like that? How do you like that, Red? How do you like that, buddy? You like that? It's just a way to get everybody in one universe, okay? That's the idea, okay? Because look, I see the Fantastic Four movie, but I don't need to spoil this. We all know the different universe. How stupid would it look if the Fantastic Four was in the 616 universe the whole time? How fucking stupid would that be? Or the X-Men? How fucking stupid would that be? Okay? You like that, Red? You like this pick, Red? You know Red? For you, buddy? I'm stepping you this pick, man. I'm giving you this pick. And I'm glad they didn't go with Fantastic Four was an MCU 60s. Yeah, you know how stupid that would look? Nobody want that. Here you go, Red. You have to admit, I always stop at the best. Whenever I freeze a video, I have this amazing talent to freeze on the perfect frame. I don't know what it is. I just do. It's like I don't know what it's called. I don't know what kind of ability it is. I just have this, I guess, great timing. I guess you call it great timing, right, guys? Yeah, I call it great timing. I just do. But so yeah, that's what I think. What Feige is trying to mean here is that you're gonna try to get them all in one universe, so they all could be together. And okay, Secret Wars, Doomsday Secret Wars. Okay. All right. You know what? You know what? I know. All right. They slapped together a pretty good movie 2 weeks before it. Yeah, true. So that's what I think this means. I think seeing their timeline, I think it just means they want to get them all one universe. All right? Because they didn't have the rights to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Right? So they just want to get them one universe. That's all. All right? That's it. That's it. That's all. Think about it. Think about the and okay. I don't think it takes a genius to think about that. It's kind of like how the very first frame of Virgil Live videos is when he should they recast Captain Marvel? Question: should Rogue steal Captain Marvel's powers? Oh, the mid-credit scene, you could clearly tell that was filmed this year. And one of the other scenes, I'm not going to spoil, was filmed this year too. I mean, most of the movie was specifically filmed last year, but a couple of scenes were definitely filmed this year. I don't think she could go back to Miss. I don't know. She could go back to Miss Marvel. I mean, would the Kamala Khan stance be happy about that? I don't think they would be happy. MCU stance aren't going to accept major character recast. Well, guess what? It's going to have to happen. This is Marvel Studios, right? Marvel Studios is once MCU is the MCU is going to go on and on. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is not, the MCU is not it's not a universe, all right? MCU the Marvel Studios Marvel Cinematic is not well, it is a universe. It's not a universe, if in a sense, okay? It's gonna have to happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna continue going on and on because it's a fucking studio. Marvel Studios is a studio, so it's gonna go on and on. But we'll all be dead. It'll still be going on. There'll be new Captain Americas, new Iron Man, new Wolverines, new Spider-Mans. We'll all be dead. Just like the comics. The comics. Marvel comics have been going since the 60s. DC since the 30s. Just like the comics. It's gonna go on and on unless for some reason. Unless for some reason they could do deep fake if they're willing to give up the rights, they could. Unless for some reason Marvel Studio goes under, which come on, won't go under. But it's just gonna happen. The comics have survived for decades. Marvel Studios will survive for decades, and they'll find nobody. Remember, characters can be replaced. All right. Remember, people didn't think Michael Keaton could be replaced as Batman. People fell in love with Christian Bale as Batman. Right? Right? Well, right? Like it could. We're gonna have if they do deep fakes, okay. But if they don't, we're gonna have to accept it. We're gonna have to accept it. Real people in real life, actors in real life, they do die, right? They do die unless they have some sort of unless they come up with some invention where it slows down your death process.
Word reboot.
Are you? All right.
He said that it is a term that can mean a lot of different things. Maybe he just doesn't want to sound so bad. Maybe he doesn't want to completely clarify what this is. But
I think hearing the word reboot, that makes people worried or excited. I don't know.
But yeah, it's rebooting. It's resetting. The entire timeline of the MCU will reset after Secret Wars. And that is honestly the only thing that they could do at this point, because I keep hearing things like Ryan Coogler talking about Black Panther 3. And I'm like, how do you do a Black Panther 3 when you killed off T'Challa pretty definitively, and you're going to need to recast him? And so you have to reboot for a new Black Panther film.
Not necessarily. Look, I know there's a lot of people that happen to T'Challa, but you don't really need to reboot just to get T'Challa back. Okay? And okay. Now you have to watch. You have to watch. If you've seen Fantastic Four, well, this is a spoiler, but you have to watch Fantastic Four, the movie. And you get a glimpse. You'll get a glimpse what the future hosts in store. A little bit of a glimpse. I'm not going to spoil it. It's at the end of the movie. I'm not talking. It's not mid credits. It's during the actual film. But I'll tell you tomorrow. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Somebody does die in the film. Okay. But don't spoil it, guys. But you know somebody does die. Just let you know. I'm not gonna say who dies. And something interesting happens where it will. Okay. I think Phantom's too wrapped in this shit. I feel bad for the next Spider-Man. Me too, man. Me too. I mean, like, I do see people are gonna be. Dude, Degrassi, you're right. People are gonna be attached to these certain actors playing certain characters. I mean, it's gonna be hard to see somebody as Iron Man. I mean, people are taking it hard seeing Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, right? Doctor Doom. But it's still gonna be hard seeing somebody else play Iron Man or Captain America. People are attached to that, and you're gonna take it hard, right? Okay. Okay. And I'll definitely talk about spoiler. I'll talk more about what I'm talking about with that certain character in the spoiler review tomorrow. Okay. It's important. It's important. Okay. It's important. See, yeah, Sideways knows. I know Degrassi knows because I know they've seen the movie. Red doesn't care, and Red says he's not going to see the movie, so I don't think he cares. What's this? West from Discussion Film. The Predator Skull Trophy. Oh, Predator Badlands. Nice. Oh. All right. All right.
So, or reset is what the word that he is using. But Kevin Feige confirmed several things in this universe, in this interview. Sorry, slurring my words.
I know she's gonna shit on the X-Men director. We know that, right? Because the X-Men director directed Thunderbolts, so we know what's just gonna happen there. She's gonna shit on the X-Men director. Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
He confirmed that the start of the new MCU reboot or reset, as he likes to specify, will be the X-Men characters. Now, you guys have to understand.
No. He did not say the X-Men characters.
I want X-Men films. I love the X-Men characters. They have become my favorite corner of Marvel. However, and I'm getting ahead of myself, you guys, and I'm talking like John Campea, and I apologize. I think that is smart to say.
You're no John Campea.
How are we going to reset a universe? If we were to reset a universe after we have lost our way.
Okay, fuck. Look, she says she's a comic book fan. You guys, most of you are assuming comic book fans. Blinded is not here, but he's a comic book fan, and I'm pretty sure you read Secret Wars. How do you think you're going to reset the universe? Okay? You think after Secret Wars, you're going to be like, that's it. The MCU is done. Here's the next MCU. Starting from first movie, the next first movie is going to lead into a new MCU universe. Something like that. I mean, what's going to be like? The MCU is done. They're going to come up with the, DCU, the Detective Comics Extended Universe. Now the DCU, the Detective Comics Universe. What do you think MCU is going to do? Hey, Anthony, MCU is going to do. After MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, are going to come up with the MMCU, more Marvel Cinematic Universe. What do you think is going to happen, man? They're not starting from scratch again. Secret Wars is not starting from scratch. It's a reboot. It's a reset because Secret Wars is gonna. It's a multiverse movie. It's the point of Secret Wars. The point of Secret Wars is at the end of Secret Wars, it's every major character in the MCU into one universe, and that's what the second of Secret Wars is about. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the idea. It's not resetting the universe. I mean, it's not really rebooting the universe. It's not even correcting the universe. It's just getting everybody into one singular universe. That's it. I mean, if you really think about it, it's not really resetting or rebooting. It's just continuing, really. Continuing. It's good to see you, Anthony. It's good to see you. Yeah, she is trash. I don't disagree with you, man. She is trash. Like, if you read Secret Wars read multiverse movie, watch multiverse comics. Don't read just multiverse comics, but watch multiverse CWs. I mean, it's not the best, but they do explain it. The multiverse, what happens. Watch. It's not the best, but the Yeah, second Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, that's a good one. Red, that's a good one. That's a good one. The second, the MCU, the second Marvel Cinematic Universe is a good one. Watch the 3 Infinite Crisis movies. We're at the end of the third movie. It's Infinite Crisis, whatever. The end of the third movie. You know what happens? All the universes are being destroyed by the multiple anti-monitors. You know what the heroes and villains decide to do? They're on the same side, but they all want to live, right? You know what they decided to do? We know what the only last resort was? They create one single universe, one single world. And that's what happened. Yeah, Red's right. And another 15 from now will be the 4, right? F, MCU, right? 4 Marvel Cinematic Universe, yeah. You see, Red's right. That's a fact. This is all fact. God, like, I mean, it's freaking, like, this is a problem with people. I think, this is the thing, I think, and with, not analytics, but I think, not, what's the word? No, not analytics. That's not what analytics is. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if I consider it logic. I just think differently. Maybe it's just the way I think I see things, okay? Maybe I just, right? Like, I just see things. Yeah, that's how. Here's the next song. So, yeah, if they start with the X-Men after Secret Wars, fine. But it's going to be in the same universe as Anthony Mackie's Captain America, Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. It's going to be in the same universe. It's still going to be, I don't know if it's going to be called 616, but if they're going to change the name, but it's still going to be in the same universe. I think that's going to happen in the Secret Wars. And I know in Secret Wars 2.5 years away, I know we want to go on surprise and stuff, but I think it's just obvious that if you read the comics, what Secret Wars is about, I think it's obvious we're going to know the end game of the multiverse saga is. I didn't use endgame pun intended, obviously, because, yeah, whatever, because of the. I mean, come on. If Degrassi is here, I think he would back me up. I think Degrassi is here. If Diane is here, comic book people would, like she says she reads comic books, but she probably hasn't read Secret Wars or probably not on the multiverse stuff, because if you read comic books, you know where this is leading to. Now, some are fans, some people that watch it probably haven't read the comic books, so they don't know. So she's either doesn't know or she's purposely misleading them. And she's a grifter, so there's a chance she's purposely misleading them. Because all comic book fans, it doesn't matter who you read. All comic book fans, it doesn't matter if you only read Superman or you only read Batman or you only read Spider-Man or X-Men. You all know about the multiverse. You all know about the multiverse in DC and Marvel. You all know about it. You all know about it. No, it's 699. 699, brother. 699. Yeah. Right, guys? Like, Red, if you want to come on, man, you can come on. I mean, how long? I got to end this by 12 midnight.
Characters would we use? The X-Men characters, the biggest franchise from Marvel Comics. Here we go with my Phoenix omnibus on my desk.
X-Men is not the biggest franchise from Marvel Comics. X-Men is the second biggest franchise from Marvel Comics. That they're the second biggest. I know you're a big X-Men fan, but X-Men is not the biggest Marvel franchise. Okay, he's not. They're not. Spider-Man is. Okay. Yes, I'm a Spider-Man fan, but I'm not an X-Men fan, and Spider-Man is bigger than X-Men. Yeah, I mean like X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Fantastic Four, but Spider-Man is clearly the biggest, right? And I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go. Here you go, guys. Okay, I'm back. Do you like that rating music? Um, Also the big three: Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. Thank you. Yeah, the most popular comic book characters are those three. That's a fact. Thank you. That's a fact.
But the biggest franchise, apart from Spider-Man from Marvel Comics, before the Avengers became popular, they're your biggest characters. When the Avengers fail, those are the biggest characters that you haven't used. They make perfect sense to go forward with the Marvel Universe. They are the one property that has been untainted by all of this. So the X-Men makes sense. The other thing that Kevin Feige confirms is that they are working towards eventually recasting Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Chris Evans, Captain America. We will get new versions of all these characters. Now, he did not specify when. He just made it off into
Inhumans? I don't know. I don't think he's a fan of Inhumans.
The far distant future, but he did reference things like James Bond getting recast by different actors throughout different generations, which is what I would also reference happening with Bruce Wayne Batman, which needs to happen with Marvel characters. It just seems scarier because they haven't done it yet. But
yeah, because they have oh my god, they haven't done it yet. Because some of the actors are still playing the characters. And they're still he's still in the process of looking for the next Iron Man, Captain America. Okay, I mean, come on.
Yes, this is another thing that I absolutely think needs to happen and could be great because I would love to get a version of the Hulk who is not Mark Ruffalo. I would love that. I would love to see a Hulk where it's back to the Jekyll and Hyde analogy, and he's a guy who came up in an abusive home, never dealt with his emotions.
Yeah, here's the thing. That would be in a Universal movie. That would be a movie for Universal. Sorry. That's not Marvel Studios. That Marvel Studios would be with Marvel Studios. Oh, Redman's here. Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
It's good to see you, man.
Uh-huh.
How's your bitch? You like your bitch?
Yeah, I need to put her back on a leash.
She's biting her shirt for real. What's she?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can tell the way her collar is discolored.
Oh.
You can tell she bites.
Is that a sign of nervousness? I don't know.
Could just be like a fidgety thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a bad habit. Like it's like similar to like biting your nails or something.
No. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, just a pink Star Wars Darth Vader shirt.
Because my youngest brother does the same thing, or he did the same thing when he was a kid.
Man, that destroy That shirt makes Darth Vader look like a pussy. She's 26.
Is she 26?
I have no idea. Oh, she might be. Stop.
Damn, so she's younger than me then. Fuck.
Anger manifested in a rage monster. I would love to have finally
I think the problem is, Red, you read comics. She thinks a reboot means like starting from scratch. What I take from this is they're just going to, after Secret Wars, they're all going to be in one universe. That's the idea. That's what I think.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. There's no way that Marvel's going to do a full-on reboot where like nothing mattered the past, 15 years.
You start. It's like you're a sports fan, right? You're a sports fan. Your team, they're not going to rebuild from the ground up, right? Right.
Yeah.
You get rid of the top players for prospects, right? And hoping 2 to 5 years they're ready to contend again. Right? They're not going to do that. That's not what it is. It's like.
Mark Ruffalo Hulk. And there's so many things that you haven't done with the characters of Captain America and Thor and Tony Stark that a reboot or a reset would be perfect for. So in terms
of blinded, I'm 24, she's 26, so I'm younger than her.
You might be she might like older men, that's the thing. She sounds like a sub. The way she describes men, I think she likes to be dominated.
I mean, I like older women, so not like MILF old, but like women that are at least like 5 years older than me. I prefer that.
Sure, if you're in your 20s, women 5 years older, sure, why not, right?
Yeah, but I've always been that way though.
Yeah,
like even when I was 15, like I was attracted to 20-year-old women.
You're sipping for Silver Surfer. Blindie, get in here. I sent you a link.
All of this, I'm all for it. On paper, resetting the universe.
If you want to look at my birth certificate, Blinded, you'll see that I'm 24. So.
Characters doing the X-Men finally. On paper, it sounds perfect. But the caveat here is if you do it right. And here I want to talk.
If you do everything right. That's the thing, though. You can say that for every single movie. If you do it right. If you do it right. Right? You know what? Let's make a movie. Let's do it wrong, Red. Let's do it wrong. Let's make a movie and do it wrong. How about that, Red? You want to make a movie and do it wrong?
Sure.
Make the Hulk Hogan movie together, me and you.
We'll have a scene where he's shoot fighting against Pride guys in the 70s.
The whole movie's based on his lies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll have a scene where Elvis is in Memphis Wrestling, right? Hogan's Memphis Wrestling. And you see Elvis in the crowd with the Hulkamania, his shirt on, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That
was such an obvious lie with him and Elvis, because Elvis died like 10 days after Hulk Hogan made his debut.
Yeah,
his career debut.
Hulkamania wasn't born when Elvis was alive. Elvis was alive.
Because he was Terry Boulder back then, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was Terry Boulder. Yeah. By the way, Tom, I think also used his name at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he? When did he change to Hulk Hogan? In his early WWE days, because he was in WWE like in the late 70s or early 80s, right?
Yeah, that was under Vince Sr.
He was actually called Incredible Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was a heel. Yeah. It's amazing. There's so many people died these past few days. Oh my god.
Yeah, like 4 famous people died this week, and it's not even over yet.
Shit, man. How did Hogan die before Flair?
That is crazy to me. That Flair outlived Hogan, of all people.
Oh my god. Oh my! I think Flair's could live to 100.
I mean, the fact that Ric Flair didn't he survive 2 plane crashes in his life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how And same thing with Harrison Ford as well. Harrison Ford outlived Hulk Hogan.
Man, the Void's funny got the Hogan, man.
Mm-hmm.
About some of the things I'm hearing in this article that make me concerned. I mean, first of all, what makes me concerned is Kevin Feige's reference, and I suppose he wouldn't disparage his own film, but
no shit.
That Thunderbolts he thought was a great film to him. And that's where I think part of the problem is that Marvel is not making films on the level that it used to.
The reception of Thunderbolts was well received, okay? Positive reception received, right? Yes.
I still need to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's on Disney Plus now. I think it doesn't. She's basically everything based on box office numbers, and sometimes that is good proof of evidence of how well a film is, how good a film is. I mean, like Craven, Morbius, Madame Web did shit at the box office because they're shitty movies, but not always. They don't always tell the story, right? They don't always tell the story how good a film is. If that was the case, all Oscar-nominated movies would be fucking billion-dollar hits. Right?
Like most of the movies with awards, like they barely make back their budget.
Yeah, because
and that's if they do.
Because their goal is to have people watching on streaming or POV, right?
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Reacting to the Queen. Yeah, 56K. Incredible, still better movie than the Fantastic Four was having fun, not a new trope. Well, the Fantastic Four inspired in Incredibles.
They're not making films of the quality that they used to, not with the structure that they used to.
I'll tell you one thing. The quality of this movie is top notch. And what I mean by like the effects, things like that, is top notch.
They actually took their time and gave the visual effects studio time
to
make it? Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like, I really want to get an X-Men film, it's like, but will it be done right? Do I have any reason to believe that this will be done right with these people at this point? And that's going back to Fantastic Four. I wanted a Fantastic Four movie for years, but I'm still not hyped for this film I'm going to see this week.
I'll tell you one thing. I watched the movie. This is a Fantastic Four movie. I'm not saying it because the title is Fantastic Four, but everything about the movie screams Fantastic Four. Okay? Let you know. Everybody. All right? Everything.
Okay, but here's the real question. Is it the best Fantastic Four movie of all time?
No, the one 2050 is the greatest Fantastic Four movie of all time.
Josh Tranks?
But this is a Fantastic Four movie, okay? No, this is not a Fantastic Four movie review. Okay, this is her reacting to the news that the MCU reboot. Kevin Feige might be is talking about rebooting the MCU. We're talking about rebooting the MCU, like resetting the MCU. This is not. She hasn't put up a Fantastic Four review. She'll do it, and you know what direction that's to go in. That's it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be negative. We know that, Red, right? We know how she is.
Yeah.
Because I wound up disagreeing with all of the castings and all of the choices made with the characters and basically everything leading up to its release. So it's like, yeah, in theory, a reset would be great. And it's
I watched. So people have worry about, like they're a little cautious about Reed Richards. Some people didn't see, Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, whatever. Let me tell you something. He was great as Reed Richards. Okay? He was actually really, really good as Reed Richards. Okay? So she's just hating for the sake of hating. Okay? She clearly doesn't know comics. She doesn't, she supposedly reads comics, but she clearly doesn't know what's happening.
exactly what you need after digging yourself into such a big hole. And new stories with these characters are 100% possible.
There is a new story with this. Yes. Why is the Silver Surfer? I mean, this is look, they're using the Silver Surfer here. Obviously, it's the female version in Galactus. And Why is the Silver Surfer is the second movie, right? Up the mid-2000s, right? They're doing that. But the story is totally different from that. And I won't tell you, I'll tell you in a spoiler review, but it's a very different story. Like, very different story.
That I always go back to.
I mean, like this, the premise is different.
Marvel Rivals and how it brought in new fans to these characters and wanting to read comics and all that kind of thing. That even the
Let me tell you something. Marvel Rivals did not bring people to read more comics.
No, it did not.
Okay, I went to the
comics.
I went to the comic book stores. I've been going back to comic book stores. Okay, most of the people that go to comic book stores are adults. Also, what the MCU has to worry about, what Marvel has to worry about, is they don't have to worry about, but they have to try to get young. They have to keep trying to get the younger generation to keep seeing their movies. Because when I saw Fantastic Four, most of the people are very young. They're either like in their teens, to 20s, to 30s. When I saw Superman, and you saw Superman, there's a lot of older people who saw Superman. Like,
when I saw it, it was diverse. I mean, I did see old people, but I saw young people too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not sure if you're. I'm not sure. Tell me, you guys, just your experience with Superman. Do you see a lot of older people? Because with Superman, I saw a lot of older people than I saw compared to Fantastic Four. That you all know. I mean, I did see one older person for Fantastic Four, but most of the people were young.
Movies didn't, because video games are a different audience. So you definitely have audiences out there who would be ripe to see these characters. And as Superman is showing, it's not the billion-dollar successes that they used to get, but there is still a little bit of life left with this genre. But
let me tell you something. This genre is not a life support. After these two movies, it's gonna be a positive. It's gonna be going to positive. It's gonna be positive. It's gonna be positive. Okay. Like, I'm actually excited for Doomsday now. Really excited, even though it's a long way off.
Just going to reset only to mess things up again. Now, here are some of the major red flags I am hearing in this article.
I'm only curious with Doomsday because is Dr. Doom actually Tony Stark, or like is Tony Stark Dr. Doom, or is RDJ, is he playing Victor Von Doom?
He's playing Victor.
Okay.
He's playing Victor. I can't really say
like maybe he's a variant of Tony Stark that instead of becoming Iron Man, he became Dr. Doom.
I can't really say why till tomorrow's stream.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll say something, okay? I'll say explain tomorrow's stream. Okay.
Comment. Now, I can write it off that their continual reliance on saying that the reason why Marvel had painted themselves into a corner is because they had too much content. They were taking more risks with things like Eternals that didn't work out. I can accept that this is like their corporate speak, their safe answer for what they want to tell the mainstream public, to not get any more hate towards themselves. And that maybe behind the scenes, they are more...
They're not getting hate right now. They're getting a lot of praise for this movie. And Thunderbolt. I don't know where you've been, Jesterbelle. I mean, you make videos and you say you read the internet, you seek all this information, but you clearly don't get the information from the right people. I mean, we know secretly, deep down, you're a whip-a-turd. But I think she's too ashamed to admit it, Red. I think she's too ashamed to admit that she's a whip-a-turd. I mean,
I bet you she doesn't even know the Rippaverse even exists.
Yeah.
Aware of the mistakes that they've made that they just don't want to say publicly. However, I am seeing a lot of the same mistakes here because, as Variety says in its first part about the X-Men, is that Jake Shearer or Schreier, I don't know how you pronounce his name correctly, Thunderbolt's director, they said that he is the one who's going to do X-Men.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin Feige did not confirm this, and Jake has been dodging the question about this in all of.
Kevin Feige but you said it's just right there. It says it confirms it though. What's she talking about?
The interviews that he's been doing. I vehemently disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Let me get that back.
Shearer or Schreier, I don't know how you pronounce his name correctly. Thunderbolt's director, they said that he is the one who's going to do X-Men. Now, Kevin Feige and that maybe behind. I can accept that this is like their corporate speak, their safe answer for what they want to tell the mainstream public to not get any more hate towards themselves, and that maybe behind the scenes they are more aware of the mistakes that they've made that they just don't want to say publicly.
Did you fucking read the article?
However, I am seeing a lot of the same mistakes here because, as Variety says in its first part about the X-Men, is that Jake Shearer or Schreier, I don't know how you pronounce his name correctly, Thunderbolt's director, they said that he is the one who's going to do X-Men. Now, Kevin Feige did not confirm this, but
he did. He did though confirm it. It's via comic book. I saw this. She did confirm this. I read the article, and she did a self-own. Update looks like he did. Oh my gosh, she had to edit the video. Oh my god. She self-owned herself. Oh my god.
So she really jumped the gun on that.
This is why when you do post evidence, try to prove your point, whatever point it is, you read the article. Read the article. Just don't see headlines. Read the article. I mean, like she hates this guy so much that it goes over her head, thinking, like she doesn't. You know what I mean? Like Red, like she hates Thunderbolt so much, so she's upset with the director. This director doing X-Men, right? So she doesn't really. It goes over her head. It makes her look dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Makes her look dumb. And this is a problem with her when she tries to, like I said, Red. When she tries to prove her point, right? Or whatever she's trying to come across. She doesn't provide evidence. Like, provide freaking evidence. At least Grace Randolph tries to provide evidence with her wall thing. With her wall. She also has that list. She tries. Mm-hmm. Right? But, like, provide evidence to get your point across. It's all about the school.
I like how she put an upside down face.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Jake has been dodging the question about this in all of the interviews that he's been doing. I vehemently.
But the thing is, I don't remember his last interview. His last interview was around Thunderbolt's time. He couldn't confirm it then. You have to wait. Maybe Kevin Feige is the one to confirm it, not Jake. Like Jesterbelle. I don't really know how this works, but there's a certain point in time where confirmation they'll let confirmation come out, right? I mean, that's how it works. In the entertainment industry, the sports industry, wrestling industry, they wait for a certain time for confirmation. If the rumors or speculation is true or not, they have a specific time, a specific time. All right, like that's how it works. Jesterbelle. He's not gonna. If he gets asked about that, he's not gonna say yes. Okay, because he knows, because the director knows that he's been told not to say anything because they have something planned.
He's definitely under an NDA too.
Yeah, NDA, exactly. NDA. Exactly. I don't know if she. I don't. Does she know what an NDA means? Like seriously, like.
Disagree with that. I disagree with that on the same level as I disagree with many decisions
You
made.
don't, but Jesterbelle, if you work in the fucking entertainment industry, which you're an independent director, so you really don't, you're signed to an NDA, okay? You know what happens when you breach the NDA? They could sue you, okay? Jesterbelle, fucking no business, no business. Jake Steyer for the X-Men thing, but like seriously,
Fantastic Four. Jake might be a wonderful guy. He might be a fine director, but what I see in Thunderbolts, the one movie he directed, nothing about that says that he can handle the X-Men. The X-Men, a new X-Men movie, no pressure, needs to be on the level of 2012 Avengers.
Why can't he do X-Men? What? I know you made a video on that, on your video on his Thunderbolt spoiler review. Obviously, you covered it. And I'm not asking you to go and like cover the whole thing again and like cover the whole thing again into this video, but just trim it down a little bit on why he wouldn't be good for X-Men. Why? Just don't say he wouldn't be good for X-Men. Okay? Right? Like, if I'm making a video on an athlete, right? An athlete, say a player, whatever player, and why I don't think who fit this team. I'm gonna give reasons why. And I prove point evidence. Like what I mean, like you know what I mean, like Red. You mentioned, based on the Thunderbolts, I don't think he'd be a good director for X-Men. Okay, why? What proof? What proof do you have? Your Thunderbolts review? Use that as some of your talking points. Trim it down as talking points. This is a problem with YouTubers like this. They just want they want everybody to take the word, right? They want everybody to take the word for it. Okay? Okay.
That's not me saying it does the exact same thing. I mean, just in terms of how good it is and the zeitgeist that it could capture. It needs to be an Avengers 2012 level film. It needs to be one of the 11 out of 10 superhero films. That's what the X-Men should be and could be.
Oh my God. Damn, I love the X-Men, but she's simping for the X-Men. God.
I mean, I do too. Like, I really do hope the X-Men is not bad, because if it is, then the MCU's fucked.
Sure, but I'm not going to put pressure on the movie. It has to be 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, you know? Like, God.
It just has to be good. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It just has to be good.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want the Russos direct X-Men. No.
I hope they don't.
Russo should be done with Avenger movies. That's it. That's the only thing they could direct. I mean, they can't direct anything else outside of Marvel. So that's why they're kind of overrated directors.
I mean, they had to bring James Gunn for the Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, they did. Movies. Because they didn't know how to write the Guardians.
They were on set for the Fantastic Four filming because they had to figure out how to use the Fantastic Four. You get to know the Fantastic Four characters for Avengers Doomsday, right?
Yeah.
But there's no other movie where they could do that. They're not, because there's no other MCU movie in production. I guess Spider-Man technically. But whatever. Well, Spider-Man starts like now. Is it starting filming now? I think it's supposed to film like this week. But
Schreier doing Thunderbolts, a B-grade Marvel movie with very much a lower scale film.
Lower scale film.
Really, like, it had more development than Superman, but it did not impress me in how it handled the team.
You don't like anything. That's the thing. You don't like anything.
Dynamic. And, a movie about depression with a gray filter over a lot of the scenes. There's nothing about that convinces me this guy should do X-Men. It feels like they're just...
I don't think you... Well, first of all, you didn't... Well, no, not first of all. It's just one point. You didn't get the movie Thunderbolts. I was trying to tell you. Okay? Okay, whatever. Jesterbelle? I don't know if there's, I don't know if it's her autism makes her doesn't get the stuff. Could be. I don't know, but I know there's people with autism that get stuff like this, like
Mhm.
they understand stuff. So I don't know if it's her. Yeah, they did. The Russos, yeah.
Has she ever admitted she has some form of autism?
No, I don't know. That's a good question.
Rewarding him a film because Thunderbolts at least got good critical reception, if not good box office. But why would you reward that guy who could not prove he could bring it at the box office in an era where we see?
Maybe because the difference between X-Men and Thunderbolts, people knew who the X-Men are. It's a lot more popular.
Nobody
franchise.
knew who the fuck were the Thunderbolts were. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew them. More people knew the Dark Avengers than knew the Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Yeah, if you put Avengers title from the start, you probably get more money, but seriously, X-Men, Thunderbolts, there's no comparison. The X-Men are like you even said. X-Men is. She says X-Men is a lot more popular. I mean, it's one of the most popular franchises in Marvel. Like seriously,
it's up until the Avengers movies, the X-Men were the most popular team in Marvel.
Yeah. Thunderbolts, X-Men. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's why Fox had the rights to the X-Men and not the Avengers. It's because the X-Men were more popular.
Yeah. Man.
Superhero films can still make money. Why would you give him the X-Men? But the thing is, I understand Jake probably wasn't the real director behind Thunderbolts. I understand that these directors tend to be just yes men for the producers of these films, and I think they need to bring
producers for these films. X-Men comics are so popular that we repeat them every year.
Back a balance where the directors have more of a say and more of a vision for these films, like they used to do with Joss Whedon and the Russo brothers and James Gunn in his heyday. I think that you need to go back to that. So that's one red flag.
I hate to break it to you. The Russos don't really have their own vision when it comes to these films. Okay? They really don't. They might have, but in the end, Kevin Feige has the actual vision of everything. How everything wants to be played out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like almost no director has like their full vision in any MCU movie. That's why a lot of them leave projects.
That's why a lot of them. That's why they barely get the big name directors, right? They'll get one once in a while, right? They'll get like a Sam Raimi, right? They'll get like a Sam Raimi, something like that, but they don't get the most well-known directors, right? DC, on the other hand, is trying to get more well-known directors, bigger name directors.
Flag. I'm also nervous because
DC, the thing of James Gunn is okay with letting directors in the DCU work with more creative freedom, than Feige with Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel will lose Raimi to DC. I mean, there's been stories of directors leaving projects because of creative differences with Marvel. I mean, Sam Raimi, I mean, he wasn't supposed to direct Doctor Strange 2. It was supposed to be Scott Derrickson, who did the first Doctor Strange, but creative differences led to him leaving and Sam Raimi coming out of Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a multiverse movie in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. Scarlet Witch was not even supposed to be the villain. It was supposed to be Nightmare.
Yeah.
Scrapped all that. All that.
That fucking sucks too, because I actually like Nightmare.
Yeah. And I think Sam Raimi will.
But isn't he more of a Ghost Rider villain though, to be honest?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. That's a good point, Durgas. They are. You're right. I can't think of any.
Kevin Feige was talking about the X-Men being, and how to explore them being outcasts who are in their adolescence. Now that might not be a bad thing because the X-Men, they've been referenced before as being an allegory for, teenagers not knowing where their place is in the world. However,
more than teenage. Nah, it's more than teenage.
Originally, they were allegories for the civil rights movement.
Yeah, that's not. No. Teenagers. No, they're an allegory for just being treated differently, like so, right? Like teenagers.
I mean, like you could say that mutants discovering their powers could be an allegory for puberty and all that. Like that's fine, but the actual X-Men themselves, they're an allegory for the civil rights movement.
Yeah, but now they could be an allegory for representing anything that's considered like oppressed, right? Right?
Yeah.
Like sure, whatever, like teenagers. Look. Okay.
Best X-Men teams, and I am planning to do so many X-Men videos now to explain to you what the potential of these characters are and how they should be done right. But I'm worried because all the famous versions of the X-Men or all the good stories have, you know, mostly adults on the team and some kid heroes with them. I'm worried that by going to the
here's the thing. I believe the early X-Men, Cyclops and Jean Grey, I'm not talking about the movies, but like some of the early X-Men were in their teens, right? Before, right? Whether in the teens or young adults. I'm not sure, but I don't remember as much.
Adolescence thing that he's thinking about doing, maybe a movie about the original 5 X-Men characters from Stanley.
We don't need to see teen X-Men anymore, like they did it with Jean Grey. You know, remember from those 2010 movies, the ones with the Apocalypse and those? We don't need to see like a teen Jean Grey or a teen Cyclops anymore. We don't need to see that anymore. Yeah. Right?
We don't need the 30-year-old teenagers from the original X-Men movies.
No. Okay, Jester blinded. Jester blinded.
X-Men, and that was a horrible time. That was why the X-Men weren't successful initially. The original 5 X-Men were a failure, and I'm worried.
No. What do you mean the original 5 X-Men?
That there's going to be.
First of all, the first X-Men movie was not a failure. The second X-Men movie was as acclaimed, one of the best comic book movies, right?
Yeah, that's a fucking excellent movie.
Yeah, that's the okay. Okay, the third one, Last Stand, was shit.
Third one was trash.
Yeah. Third one was trash.
Isn't it weird how Kevin Feige was a producer for the first 2 and then was fired for the third one, and then the third one came out shit?
Yeah, he was also a producer in the Fantastic Four movies too. At the time.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, he was a producer for a lot of not good comic book movies at the time. And then Wolverine. The first Wolverine movie was bad, and I think Wolverine Origins, X-Men Origins. Yeah, that was bad. I didn't think the Wolverine when he went to Japan was all that bad. Was that bad? X-Men First Class I liked. Days of Future Past I liked. But yeah, then Apocalypse was shit. Dark Phoenix was shit. Logan was fantastic. So I don't know what she's talking about. 5 X-Men movies were bad. Like, what is she talking about? There was more than 5 X-Men movies. There was the 3 in the original, and there was 4 in the 2010s. So there were 7 X-Men movies. Now, is Deadpool and Wolverine considered an X-Men movie? I mean, they had X-Men villains. They had Wolverine and Gambit. Is it considered an X-Men movie? That's a good question, right? Like,
I mean, just the X-Men movies, I would only say there was 3 bad ones.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A weird idea of what to do with these
movies.
Characters and some sort of weird off the beaten path thing of what to do with them based on what I'm reading into in these interviews, when you just need to finally adapt like the Claremont stories in the correct way. There's so much potential. Or
how do you know they're not adapting the Claremont stories? Maybe they are. Okay, maybe they are adapting the. Yeah, X-Men 97 was great. Maybe they are adapting some of the Claremont stories. You don't know. Like, seriously. Seriously, he just said he had X-Men gonna be a focus point after Secret Wars, but he didn't go into detail what's gonna be based upon, what's gonna be inspired by. How do you know? Maybe it's gonna be based on Claremont. Like really, like she just assumes things without. This is a problem. She just assumes shit that thing. She just assumes shit like this. Like, come on.
Sweden, curse his name for what he did in real life, but he did an excellent run on the X-Men, an astonishing X-Men. Those are the stories that you should be going for. Maybe
they are. Maybe they're gonna be. Oh my god. Yeah, thank you, Blind. They probably will. Yeah, like what the fuck? Oh, this woman gives.
Maybe by referencing them as teenagers, it could be a reference to maybe we are going to see the normal team that we would see just as teenagers, kind of like X-Men Evolution. Because the one problem with doing the 05 is it's like 5 or 6 white people, and I don't think that they're going to do that for an X-Men.
5 or 6 white people. Oh, are you forgetting Storm? Wait, Storm's not an OG? I don't think. I don't know. I don't think. Oh, you mean the what? Storm? What about Storm? This is 5. You don't think we're gonna have Storm in it? I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Storm in it. I think I'll have Storm.
Storm is literally a leader of the X-Men. Acting like they're not gonna have her in there.
Well, what the rumor is, they're gonna race swap her to a white actress. According to her, right? According to her. Wait, what about Beast? Is Beast gonna be white? I'm kidding. Beast is gonna be blue. Oh, Bria. To me. Oh my god.
But I want them, if they do it with maybe some other characters, like maybe Storm and Nightcrawler and Rogue, and
but they're gonna have. Who is the original G? Tell me the original G X-Men. I mean, I know some people will tell you the original G X-Men were like the Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, maybe Angel. You know what? Like, right? Okay, when she says the original G X-Men, she has to explain who the original G X-Men are. Okay, like when you make a video, because she's gonna assume every viewer that watches her knows the original G X-Men are. But most of the people that watch her just, they're staring at one thing, obviously, with her. Mm-hmm. That's right. But when you make a point at the original G X-Men, mention who are the original G X-Men, who are the original G. Okay, like I know she's a bigger channel than me, but like this is what infuriates me about people like this. You gotta explain things like that. Okay, because everybody's gonna watch. It's gonna be like, who's the original G? Who's the original G? I don't know who the original G is. Who is that?
Maybe they're teenagers like the X-Men Evolution stuff. I could accept that, but these characters just have so much potential.
My next video, tomorrow video, if I make a video tomorrow, I'm biting my shirt.
And when I hear this and I see red flags, it's like, you guys need to do more than just reset your timeline.
Red flags! He didn't explain why are you seeing red flags? He didn't say anything what it's going to be about. Where the fucking red flags are getting this from? Where are you getting red flags from? Oh. This is delusion, this woman.
You need to reset the creatives behind the scenes, because this is your chance. You still have a little bit left in the box office, a little bit of juice running in the superhero genre. You have these characters who have not been used yet and have so much potential. You need to make sure that you get them right. It cannot be a Thunderbolt situation. And I'm going to see in Fantastic Four this week exactly how well they did that movie. But with the press tour so far, I'm not impressed with that or really expecting to look forward to that. So
press tour. Let me tell you something about a press tour. Press tours are not the best indications of what a movie is going to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay? If you're basing on how well a press tour does if you're basing a movie based on a press tour, then you're sadly then you're sadly delusional, man. I'm sorry. You're mistaken. Like, seriously. You want to know something? You know what had a press tour? Madame Web had a press tour. Madame Web did shit. Okay? Almost every movie, even shitty movies, have press tours. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Flash had a press tour. Okay?
All press tours are just marketing. That's all they are.
Exactly. A lot of shitty movies get a lot of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Blind really hates this girl. I want you to come on and roast her with us. That's what I want to do. That's what I want, Blinded. You to roast her with us.
Short, yeah, I like the idea of resetting this universe and finally get recast for these characters I love, but I need to see.
You're gonna be disappointed when all of them are not recast.
Something good, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not impressed with any of these superhero movies I've been seeing this year.
Anything.
I still care about these characters, but I need to see something good. And if
this is kind of funny in what this is. Okay, guys, we gotta change the format for the MCU. This girl Jesterbelle, she hates everything we do. Let's make it better just for her. I don't give a fuck. Oh my god.
Superman is the gold standard of our success because it's doing better at the box office. It's like, but are you going to take all the wrong lessons for that? Are the plots still going to be this messy as long as it's just an entertaining joy ride? Can you at least make your plots a little bit better? So that's what I'm worried about here. Here is a huge chance for Marvel, and I'm worried that they're going to mess it. Guys, I like the Fantastic Four, but I will admit I don't have the biggest emotional attachment to them. I like them as Marvel characters. I like them in the comics that I've read from them. I like them in the video games and cartoons. But in terms of a massive emotional attachment that I have, it is the X-Men. And I am really afraid about how they're going to do those characters. So you heard it here first. I'm going to do so many X-Men videos talking about how these characters can be portrayed, what the potential is, or where they should go to at least advocate for the best versions of these characters possible so that people will understand why I care about them so much and why they just have so much potential here that should not be squandered. And I'm worried that they're going to squander this. But in addition to all that, once again, it could just be PR speak, but I'm still worried that they don't understand like the true depths of the problems that the MCU has had. And it's so much more than just they had too much content. But that is all I got for you guys today. I'm sure that I will have a lot more videos talking about.
Okay. All right, Red. We'll still be here for a little bit longer. So there we go. We ended with her. My God, what a video. Oh my God. She talks about the X-Men. She doesn't know what the plans for the X-Men are. They just said they're going to focus on the X-Men a lot. Kevin Feige didn't say what the inspiration for X-Men is going to be, what they're going to be in, what's going to be based upon, what comics, what writers, Chris Claremont and others. He didn't say any of that. And she's making it out like Kevin Feige did what the X-Men is going to be about. Seriously. Like seriously, Red. Like seriously, she's making out like she knows what it's going to be about. She has no fucking clue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I have no fucking clue. You have no fucking clue. The blinded has no fucking clue. Well, okay. And she's gonna make all these videos what this should be. I bet you her idea. I bet you're all stupid. It's clearly gonna be like they should make a Rogue and Gambit movie, but recast Channing Tatum because she hates Channing Tatum. She does hate Channing Tatum. She's going to sell her shirt padding on OnlyFans now for her rose skips. Simpsy, man. Oh my God. And then
did she actually like X-Men 97?
No, she did not.
She didn't. All right, then I can't take anything he says seriously anymore.
Logan Gambit, because it's part of Logan Gambit that played in that show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Yeah, she did not like X-Men 97. I know she didn't, right, Blind? I can confirm that. She didn't like X-Men 97. Pretty sure. I mean, I know her Fantastic Four review is going to be. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you one thing. The movie is very Fantastic Four-like. Okay. And she's going to be, this is not Fantastic Four. And be like, yes, it is. Okay. She's going to be like that. She's going to be like that. She doesn't like anything. Yeah, right, Blinded. You know what? You probably made a smart decision for not coming on. Oh my God, this woman's. She needs to get out more.
Yeah, I'm just rubbing my eyes right now because I have a fucking headache from her.
You got a headache from her?
Yeah.
Oh. Man. I don't know why I do these shows, the detracting shows. Most of them wow me up, man. I should laugh at them. I don't know. Tony does it like every day. I don't, man.
I think for you, like you should only do one a week.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not sure I'm going to do one Sunday because I usually do one on Sundays, right? I usually do on Sundays. She is annoying as fuck. Did you hear that on one of her videos? She actually, people call her Frodo. She played along with that. Did you hear about that? The female Frodo. Yeah. Yeah. She I don't think she gets it as people making fun of her.
Mm-hmm. Does she at least like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit?
I have no idea. I know for a fact she watches Campia. Man. Because she just admit that on stream.
Yeah.
Did he? What, really? Oh, you gotta tell me, Degrassi, privately, man. Tell me, buddy. All right. I want to thank you all for coming on, Red. Gonna end it here. I ran out later. I ended later than usual. Thank you for coming on. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. See you guys. I'll definitely have the Peacemaker stream set up for Saturday. It's gonna be not late. It's not gonna be late. It's gonna be like evening time where I am. It's just gonna be a panel live update. That's the only thing from DC. No Marvel. But yeah. Take care, guys.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're gonna give you what you want.
That's not what I want.